Sip me. Okay, get off the alphabet talk. That's for baby scum. Oh, and also stop looping yourself. That didn't happen. Okay. Ah. 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 Let's go for it. How's everyone's Wednesday? Mine's a very nice. Very nice. I've got a few stories, mostly involving the shed guy, but also not. And then I was thinking as well, can rats cry? And in general, which animals can cry? All very pertinent questions, and there'll be plenty of time for questions from everyone and anyone. And honestly, I'm gonna have the most questions, so that sounds good to me. Yep, good. Okay, so the shed guy, the guy across me who, oh, there's a lot of story here actually. The guy who seemed to have built a shed on the recently destroyed property, has decided. Well, I don't know what he's decided because I haven't seen him anymore. Instead, I've seen another guy. So there's a cul-de-sac right next to me, and the other night, a fair fellow gentleman decided to walk across from his house, I guess, with a box. And you got to imagine a yellow box of the same style you see someone in an American film taking when they get fired, containing all of their possessions, which somehow only takes up one small, well, I'd say like a double shoebox kind of size, and then a lamp. Okay, and yeah, so he just takes it to the shed, boulders brass, and it's like he's squatting there now. He just walked right in. It's the audacity. Even if it was his place, even if he's rightfully allowed into there, which it doesn't seem likely, what's the connection between a house and a cul-de-sac and then a shed about 50 meters across? Even if that place was rightfully his, he has to recognise the ridiculousness of the situation. A brand new shed just being built, and then himself living in a cul-de-sac not far off. He's got to know he looks pretty damn suspicious, and it at least should, I don't know, give people a way to lampshade the fact that it's a just really strange situation. So I think he's squatting there. I can't tell. I haven't seen him since, so maybe it's not. Maybe it's part of a timeshare of squatters, which is awfully nice for them that they managed to sort that out between themselves. But I did also manage to find out what the hell is going on. Because you can look at the council records and see what they're doing with a certain property, and it feels like a total abuse of the like Freedom of Information Act, but like may as well make it work for you for once. I don't want it that early. Like two bullet weapons, they're not bullet weapons, one's bullet, one shells, but it just feels like the old classic assault gun, shotgun. You can just go and have a look for yourself at the records, and you can see that the house got knocked down because of noise complaints. They had like 3 noise complaints over the space of 2 days, and it led to the entire office building that was previously there being knocked down. And then I don't know who, but on maybe 3 separate occasions they proposed building 2 semi-detached houses there. And I guess people said no, just because change is bad. I don't know. And then, yeah, all of a sudden, we're gonna get 2 new semi-detached houses across the road. Obviously, No one in my tax bracket is going to be able to afford it, but, you know, my goody aunt, she might. I don't know why that was a time for a phone shop reference, a show that's extremely unknown. I think, I don't know. It was a Channel 4, a British Channel 4 jaunt, exploring what it must be like to work in a phone shop in Sutton, which is just south of London, and they just have some extremely street things happen there. I'm actually flooded. I don't know which one of those to take. They're all equally unknowable to me. So I'm just going to let that shed shit slide. I don't know what's going on there. The squatting angle was interesting, but apart from that, it's lost its luster. Things do. Even diamonds lose their shine. And you got to remember, dinos. I was going to say actually, dinos are probably one of the prime constituents of diamonds. Since diamond is carbon, a lot of it is parts of dead animals, and it makes sense that there might be a dino in one of your diamonds, and that's why they need to start marketing dino diamonds. Diamonds that look like the animals they previously were. It's almost like reincarnation, but life is lost. And honestly, I actually do miss. I do. I was always told that if anyone ever uses the word honestly to preface their sentence, then you should start listening out for the lie. But honestly, it would be really good if the dinosaurs were still around. It'd be such a strange landscape we'd find ourselves in. This is bad. Everything's so disorganized. For one, Jurassic Park wouldn't be as overrated as it is now. Overrated? Overpopularized as it is now. I don't know if it is, but it's way more popular than I think it should be. And if the world is just naturally full of dinosaurs, who would watch a film about a park on another island that's just dinosaurs? It's like going to see a film about a zoo and just people visiting a zoo. I suppose I'd go and watch a film about a zoo where the animals in the zoo took over. I'm trying to think what the equivalent is. And one particular species. And what's the analog to a raptor? Those would be considered the most dangerous. I suppose raptors is just birds, right? So, I don't know. An emu? Or an emu? They're cousins? From a different grammatically defined country. We have second stomachs early, that's great. Which kind of brings me nicely onto the next subject. Concerning an animal's ability to feel enough depression or shock or sadness to cry. And we already know you shouldn't trust crocodile tears, so that's a bad start, so let's find a good start. You'd imagine if a sloth cried, then it would actually mean it. I don't know why, but I can't imagine something like a sloth faking tears. It doesn't make much sense to me. Let's go in the purple hole. There's something about the idea of something which is slow. I think I've got it. I think I'm going to build towards it. Something which is slow. Faking anything. Because it feels like if you're seeing something slow, then it's got to put a lot of time in consideration into performing certain actions. And if you're faking something, it's not worth the payoff to even do it in the first place unless you can get it over with quickly. Like this joke. Or musing, whatever it is. The idea of something taking a long time puts you off. That's it in not so many words. And assuming that sloths have the perception that A, their time is precious, and B, that they move slowly enough to be considered slow animals, you think they just wouldn't bother faking crying. They'd really be doing it. Mm. That was a good dribble. Okay, so let's go. A Komodo dragon, because I'm thinking along the lines of crocodiles and alligators, where they've got this reputation. Oh, not again. Of being a bit sneaky and luring you in with their crocodile tears. I guess that's the idea, that it's a trap. So I was thinking, what other animals are like crocodiles and alligators, and I would assume a Komodo dragon is kind of like one. It just feels like it. Oh, oh, oh. I was actually kind of curious to inspect that, but the rudeness of gravity got in my way. Yeah. I was kind of enjoying having the... Oh! I was kind of enjoying having a melee weapon for once, but we can do without it. Oh, I just walked into that. This is a puzzle worthy of, I don't know, the Sphinx. I mean, he's riddles, but it's kind of similar. A Sphinx would definitely fake crying. They are so sneaky. I know it's not even a real animal, but it's based on something that looks like one. I want it. Oh. Okay. Hey up! We're good, I think. I don't want a crown. I almost want to destroy this thing to get the rads back. No! Ooga booga! You're men of the law! Learn how to speak! Stop nicking my rads! Thank you. So where were we? Giza lizard? No. Komodo dragons. I mean, they're already trying to trick you by being called Komodo dragons. They're not really dragons. There's something suspicious going on to start with. Then again, they must know by now that we know they're not dragons, right? So why would they try something else? They know we're suspicious. It's like, say you went into a bank and they caught you stealing a pen. You're not going to then go and rob the bank. It's too obvious. Of course you suspect the man stealing the pen of robbing the bank. He's the first guy you'd suspect. This ain't great. Goddamn missiles. Oh, there was so much health. So much useless health. Okay. We need to hit like the stride. There's always going to be at least one good run. You'd hope. I'm trying to think now. What's the question I'm trying to answer? Is it that can animals cry? Or which certain animals would you believe would cry? It's more like which animal, if it did cry, would you believe It's it's doing it for candid purposes, I guess is the question I'm trying to ask. I don't feel like that's the original idea that I had. So let's go back to the original question, which is, which animal do you believe could cry for a good reason? Now, I think dogs. Like, dogs can definitely do it. I've seen a dog sobbing. It's not a pretty sight. It's like when it gets hurt or when it's scared, it's pretty. I don't want to say pitiful, because that's got negative connotations with it, but it's pretty bad. I don't think a cat would ever. I think a cat would rather let itself. I don't want that. A cat would probably run away and hide and just never come back if you ever caught it in any kind of state of upset. It's like they only have one mode they let things see. Either that or they just have one mode of being, which is at least kind of independent. I don't want to say bastards, but like the bastards in a nice way. Like when you call someone a cheeky bastard. Um, that kind of way. They're lovable bastards. And they don't ever want to let themselves be thought of as anything else. And what's even more noble than that, they wouldn't want to let their entire race and species down. Because if one of them were to let down his guard and show any kind of love and emotion, you might come to expect that of all cats. And there's some cats that are quite nice and are dependably good, but it hasn't done anything to change our overall opinion of them. It hasn't hit critical niceness mass. I'm starting to think now, the whole idea of crying is just weird. Because, I mean, it's conditioned. We're conditioned into thinking water coming out of someone's eye means they need help, or they're trying to vent something horrible out of their system. But it's like being able to smile. It's not. Being able to smile, you could see as a way of possibly attracting a mate. Sorry to be so clinical about it. But you'd see it kind of biologically might have a purpose. Shoot. Whereas crying, I guess some guys are into emo chicks. And I'm sure they'll love me for calling them that so heartlessly. It wasn't heartlessly, it's fine. The way I died there was pretty heartless. Nah, it's fine. And I don't want a screwdriver. And wow. But you catch my drift. There, you probably don't. I don't. If I had a kite, I wouldn't be able to catch my drift. I'm rapidly losing thread. The thread that I used to launch the kite into the air in the first place. The point is, from a biological standpoint, like a social standpoint, being able to cry doesn't make us any good at reproduction. Does it? And if you use crying to make your selective partner impregnate you, you should feel pretty ashamed. I mean, not as ashamed as certain people who might put, I don't know, they might stick pins in the end of a condom to which is only something I've ever seen in media, to allow a certain milky man substance to escape and thus lead to the creation of a baby boy. Is this going well? I can't tell. I feel like we keep the wrench for the sewers. Where did the first grenade go? Okay. You me laser brain. Because you always regret if you don't take it right. So I'm gonna take it to kill the regret. Was Boomhauer from King the Hill, did he have some kind of, I don't want to say it, but a speaking disability? Because no one understood him right. But it's nice because they always asked him to hang out, which I thought was very neighbourly. Although, was he that neighbour? That's the problem with neighbours. It was very neighbourly. What am I trying to get at? It was very neighbourly. It was very neighbourly. It was very neighbourly. But why did they invite him? It's because they live so close to him. Is that it? If he was just a guy on the street, would they ask Boomhauer to hang out with them? Probably not. Blow that up. Where's the grenade launcher? Oh, there it is. I don't think they would. I don't think they'd even be able to learn his name. That is the first step in any kind of social relationship. Why did you preface it with social? It's a good point. I mean, maybe we're going to get bored of the plain old regular social relationships at some point and move on to antisocial relationships. Which I guess already exists, but, you know, you've got to give it a name. Hit him. Hit him! Hit him! Good. See, I was talking about conditioning earlier, and this game has conditioned me to associate the noise associated with aiming a laser with tightening up my ballsack. And I mean, at the very least, it allows me to do some kind of exercises while sitting down. At this point, I just want this thing to explode so I feel safe. Go. 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 I can't... See, you're saying that. Talking about my genitals in such a way. I've heard that if you know Kegel exercises, which is... Kegels are like the muscle that help you come. Kegels are like the muscle down around your waist region. I'm probably completely wrong. That you can... I think they help you urinate if they're stronger. So if you make them really strong, you can be done in the bathroom in microseconds. In fact, you might not even need to go in the bathroom. You could probably, if they're strong enough, you could aim from the doorway and get it right on in. I mean, if you're living in a house full of girls like I am, you probably wouldn't want to do it because of the whole, you know, politeness thing. But imagine it. You could do it through a keyhole if your stream was strong enough. It's going to at least be stronger than this stream. So the reason I was talking about kegels is because a kegel exercise is something you can easily do while sitting down. You just pretend as if you're going to the bathroom, but you don't let anything escape. Which sounds risky, because it feels like, again, like crying earlier, it's a function in your body that shouldn't exist. You should definitely be able to pee. You have to be able to wee. You have to. But being able to wee at the same time as making myself stop. Why is that a function? There's so many bodily functions that shouldn't be allowed, but are just like vestigial leftovers. And people are only going to have more fun with them as time goes by. I want a hitting thing. This ain't going to cut it. This ain't going to cut toast. I mean, I don't even have that problem. I do not eat toast. It's way too hard. Bloop him. Bloop him. Thank you. Ah. You can hear that noise again. Yeah. I'm happy to have found this. Where are the purple lips? The purple man's hiding the purple lips. There's the purple lips. Yeah, that's good. So I heard that this is going to not be about the subject at all, but it's going to be about, I guess, an aspect of how it happened. But I heard that Elon Musk got really pissed at Jesse Eisenberg, Facebook man, Mark Zuckerberg, because it was something about telling him off because presumably Elon Musk had seen the Facebook film and saw Jesse Eisenberg never going to any class on AI, because he's saying that Mark Zuckerberg knows nothing about AI when Mark Zuckerberg says there's nothing to be scared of in relation to them, whereas Elon Musk's like, there is definitely something to be scared of. And it's better to be safe than sorry, right? At least that's what my robot mother told me. So my takeaway from this isn't anything to do with AI stuff. I don't really mind either way. Well, the better safe to be sorry side. I'm on Elon Musk's side. But the thing is, it's a product of the, let's take this. I kind of want, they're two different weapons, aren't they? Yeah, they're two different ammo sources. The kind of issue I've got is that these people can just talk to each other and there's no kind of PR system between them. Elon Musk could really piss off Jesse Eisenberg, Mark Zuckerberg. There's no wall between them as there'd usually be. There could definitely be some kind of WWE style or Robot Wars style fight between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, because there's nothing stopping them actually duking out between each other. What's up, Kate? I was struggling to formulate my thoughts about goddamn Elon Musk. No, he's the good one. He's the nice one. He's the one who married Tallulah Riley and then divorced her for some unknown reason. Let me just bloop these guys. Yeah, so in the old days, so Henry Ford, the guy who invented the Ford, and the Danish ditch that you find, I think it's Danish, and Mr. Vauxhall, the guy who did Vauxhall cars. There was geography to stop them from fighting and arguing. There was the fact that they were probably way too busy. And all kinds of crap. There wasn't going to be any kind of mecha car suit war between Ford and Vauxhall, because they just didn't have enough opportunity to cast shade between each other. What's going on, Kate? And yeah, that kind of thing. But now you can not only can you just email someone, because no one does that anymore. That is like the new post. That's just dying. Mail, you might say. Why Lee, damn it. Nowadays, you can they just totally like tweet the hell of each other. And it's so easy to just piss each other almost accidentally. The ability to piss someone off has never been so easy to understand or do. You don't know. You've got to know how you're doing. You should do video. I am doing video. Oh, I see. Well, I mean, you can imagine my face. I can imagine my face. That'll do. Who am I? I'm Crystal. Let's be, I don't know. Okay, if you're not too far behind me, which one of these wonderful faces should I pick? You may promote my channel on the web everywhere. Oh, well, thank you very much. Person who's just revealing to me you're the czar of the internet. I'm not being the chicken. So you can go thump yourself. What's the blue one? This one. We'll just assume you meant that one. So, Kate, you didn't... I never got to explain it, but it's like Borderlands from the top down. Also, I suck at this, whereas Borderlands is kind of easy after a point. The other one! You're killing me! I'm colorblind as well. This is really gonna be tough as shit though. This one's really hard. This is like the hardest character. Because after maybe, I don't remember how long, like 30 seconds, the police just come after you. Because you're some kind of bandit. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Thanks, Kate. Next time, why don't you let me shit in your mouth? You can either be a pal and hold it open for me. So, yeah. F you, and everything you stand for. You'd like to play Borderlands again? Yeah. Yeah, why not? Let's be absolutely the best character. Welcome to chat, where your interactions can fuck my life up. Wow. It's really not. That's being over dramatic. I do not appreciate. Have you ever tried to clear out a slug infestation with explosive shells? Just like trying to write a letter with a car wheel. Some tools are just not fit for the job. Some are. For example, I'm not fit to do this. I'm not fit in many ways. Only that sardonic side. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me something about your life that I do not know. Like, how is Casey? And also, have you decided on a tattoo to get with your father? Like that? Yeah, that's good. This, all the things. It's empty. They don't even have the word empty where I'm from. They just have this strange phrase called MTI. Okay, let's do that. Ha ha ha, penis. What are you talking about? I've never seen a penis in my life. I go for a bath and all I see down there is... Now the usual way you go is you say that you're all smooth down there like a Ken doll. But I think we're past that. So instead I'm going to say I'm all smooth down there like a Barbie doll. Okay. Focus. F. O. C. That's not helping. Just shoot the guy. Shoot the man. Blast his toes. Good. Let's photosynthesize. Woo! No, but that wasn't right. Good stuff, good stuff. So earlier, Kate, I was talking about animals and the fact that some of them cry and the fact that some of them don't. And also that if you ever saw a Komodo dragon drop crying, you treat it as if it's a gorilla and put corks on its fangs. No, you just don't believe it. Because it's just major effing shit. You don't believe crocodile tears. And I think that the next place to go after that, the next obvious place, is why do they make handbags that look like crocodile skin? Because we know that you definitely didn't get that bag from a crocodile. I suppose it's just the pattern. I'm coming up with all these arguments and I'm almost instantly answering them for myself. It's like pitting a war against your brain that you're always going to lose and always going to win. But on the other hand, it's weird that you have this introspective part of your brain. You can ask yourself questions. Because it's better than animal cruelty and more people will buy it. I don't buy that. No. I understand. It is better than animal cruelty. You know how I understood that? Maybe about the millionth time I watched an anime video you might call them, on Crunchyroll, and you get an advert by Jackie Chan telling you that elephant horns are things you should not take. Because the elephants apparently need them for not death. But on the other hand, if we did kill out all the crocodiles, is that really going to damage the ecosystem that much? Like, what do crocodiles eat? They eat, like, they're scavengers. They eat all the leftover animal bits and bobs. And they have the really tiny baby birds that jump into their mouths and are just thrill seekers, basically. Because they know that at any point that big bastard could just close his mouth and kill them all. But they just feel like maybe they should just clean that big boy's teeth. I do want bone marrow. But yeah, like the weird ability to ask your own brain questions. It's like, it feels almost like it's like you've been given the ability to be unsure of yourself. Because if you couldn't ask questions about yourself, I don't know, level up the 8. Yeah, it's good when you do that. I'd find it very strange if everything you did you're always supremely confident about because you can never question yourself. Well, I mean, not only would I find it extremely odd, I probably wouldn't find anything because, yeah, I wouldn't be able to even think. I suppose what I'm saying, to be more relatable about it, is what if you couldn't say things not out loud? It would be very hard to exist. Also, I mean, sometimes there's thoughts that you have that you can't help having. So, would it be the equivalent of having that the speaking condition where you just swear all the time? And I'm not laughing because I'm laughing at the disease. I'm laughing because I cannot get out of my mind that the name of that illness is narcolepsy, which is the condition where you just keep falling asleep. But narcolepsy is kind of funny though. It's really bad. And do they let people with narcolepsy drive? I don't want to go too deep with this. It worries me. I mean, I know people are very capable of performing everyday actions in their sleep, but sleep driving should not be one of them. It's a road that's way too far, and you probably can't even see the road. Do I have any kind of melee? No, I don't. God, Bloodlust is saving my leafy ass. Kiss my grits! Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Okay. So damn dark! Thank you. Boop. Alright, alright. Calm down. Just look for a gap. Continue to look for a gap. I want the ammo. Good. We want it. Good. We want you dead. We want you dead. Oh! The quarterback is toast. That was pretty damn good. Gamma Guts. I mean, we're going to look like a... Well, there's a joke in there about alphas and betas, but it's a real Omega level status if you make such a joke. I do not understand where it came from. It must have been all those red pill sites where they try to beat women. Not beat women. No, 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 no. Where they try and say that certain men have been forced into a certain lifestyle. I'm sure I've talked about this before. Cheese grommet. A certain lifestyle where they've been almost cucked by women, and they should be free, independent men who just get laid all the time, because that's what every free, independent man. That's just what happens if you're free and independent. And so they start to categorize men into alphas, betas, and gammas. Alphas are like top tier leaders, dominators in their fields, just the sexiest two-legged. I mean, they are four-legged men on the planet. And then betas are kind of in the middle. They're not too bad, but they're not too great. And they can get ordered around. It's all about who has the power. And yeah, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Let me out. Thank you. And then Gamma's in the bottom. How did he die so easy? I like the way you die, boy. I was going for a mashup between oh the guy whose life is like a box of chocolates and angry man who kills Leonardo DiCaprio. Cheese Gromit. Django. That's it. Who doesn't actually kill Leonardo DiCaprio in that film. What is a cheese grommet? Isn't a grommet? It's some kind of illness, isn't it? It's like some kind of symptom of being unwell. That or Wallace and Gromit. Oh, oh, oh! That or Wallace and Gromit. But it's not spelled like that. It's like Grommit, right? And then didn't he die recently? So that's just disrespectful. Let's go, not melting, like, yo. Let's go E. No, let's go Gree. Yee. Let's pop some clogs. So, how does the cheese combine with the Grommet? I don't understand. And I've got a feeling like I'm not going to learn the answer to this question. Just, yeah. Just a hunch. I've got so many options, I forgot. I don't understand the saying, I've got a hunch. Because if that came from the Hunchback of Notre Dame, isn't that a bit insensitive? Because he couldn't do anything about his hunch. Apart from saying, I've got a hunch. It doesn't even line up. He wasn't a stupid man, but he wasn't exactly full of ideas. In the same way that a person with a hunch is apparently full of ideas. Well, they've at least got one idea. I suppose Hunchback of Notre Dame did have one idea. And that was be a beta bitch for the entire film. See, I'm using their language now, it's not good. I wouldn't call that an idea, that's more of a conditioning. That's like Beck being a second generation Scientologist. He was kind of conditioned into it, he didn't choose it. But then I hear that he thinks of himself as more of a Judaist, Judean. Let's do one more. But yeah, the idea there being that let's be plan again. Something like your religion, something you're born with, you can't really consider an original thought because you're born into it. You don't get a chance to consider it and have it as a choice. See how I'm very carefully tiptoeing around religion right now? Not really. I don't really care. He has no life. He's going to the heaven of his particular religion. He did it! Check out this shit. Yeah, you can't really say. I don't know. I'm going to bring Beck back into it just because I really like him. and he's a great musical artist. But the whole having ideas inceptioned into you from a young age has nothing to do with any of Beck's life. I think I could talk about anyone who was born with a particular religion. Um, yeah, he didn't. It's not up to him. And then I guess when he got older, he chose to go into Judaism, and good for him. One's a choice, one's not. I don't even see how. Knowing Beck's songbook, which is all about anti-folk, and if you don't know who he is, he's a bit like Happy Nirvana. A lot of his lyrics don't. Well, his lyrics especially, because he's known for just making up a lot of nonsense, putting it into songs to parody the music of the time. A lot of them are just nonsense. I was going to say, I don't know how much of his religion influenced his work. And the obvious thing to draw from this is he had a nonsense religion, so he wrote nonsense lyrics. But I wouldn't go that far. We want to not be here. But I think what I'm trying to get at is double trouble. Oh, cool. What I'm trying to get at is if you tried to write a Scientology song, what would it be about? Because it just seems so shrouded in mystery that if you tried to write a song about it, it would just be an instrumental. And, you know, I love instrumentals, so I'd be a fan. I mean, there's that film, The Master, which has got Joaquin Phoenix in, and the guy who is in, he's like not a method actor. He's like a character actor. That's it. Philip Seymour Hoffman. And it's not about Scientology, but it's about a cult that very much resembles it. And all of the music, oh please, all of the music used in that film is instrumental. So it's just confirming my theory, honestly. Good. There should be a sewer skip. I don't hate it, but it will be a place that I die in. Especially if I can't, especially if I can't keep jizzing out this plant goo. Low bullets, more like no bullets. But seriously, it's getting ridiculous now. Also, just because it's a sewer doesn't mean it doesn't have to be well lit. There must be a set of sewers in the world that are well known for their light intensity. One more. We can do it. Like I've said a million times, let's blow this fascist popsicle stand. Okay, I promise you this game does go past floor 6-ish. And it is really good, but I suck today, which isn't a problem at all. And just remember, when you catch me crying about it lately, later, don't necessarily trust me because, you know, the whole animal crying debacle. I honestly don't want to see that goddamn grenade launcher anytime. It's like listening to the radio. Radio, someone still loves you. It's like the opposite of the radio though, because there's a lot of talk and very few songs. Oh wait, that's the same at every other goddamn radio station in existence. Huh? It's not true. It's just a lot of them that I hear. I mean, to complete the simulation, I could just sing that one song about 15 more times. Also, that song would have to be replaced by Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. But which version, Lee? I mean, both of them are in the top goddamn sections of the chart. The acoustic or the regular? It doesn't matter. That one. Do you want me to complete the radio experience? Just move your laptop 2 centimeters to the left, and we'll just completely lose all audio. I'm kidding. That's Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is the bad one. Radio is pretty good with range concerns. How diddly dare you? Do you remember an episode of The Simpsons where it was Halloween and Flanders was a werewolf and it goes deadly. All-time classic. How deadly dare you? I'm empty. So are you. No, I want gamma guts. Good. Oh, roasty toasty. That was a lucky shot. Roast him, toast him, full of juice. Roast him, toast him, OJ's on the loose. I'm so done. No, that was good. Kate, I'm gonna wave to you down the microphone, and you're not gonna notice because audio is not 3D, and nor does it render hand movements. But yeah, that was good. I'm gonna stay in chat for a while because Kate, you're obviously watching intently. Oh. No, it's good to see you, Kate. Later, dogs.